Keep it going. If that doesn't make you feel good about marriage, I don't know what will. Your next comedian coming up to the stage. Let's give it up for Mr. Matt Clark.
Thank you. So who's getting married here tonight? Here we have some bachelorettes here. Right here? Thanks. I now know who not to hit up in your party for desperate sex. I'm kidding. So who here is drinking tonight? Who's drinking? Woo! I'm pretty fucked up myself, but not because I drink. I was just dropped on my head as a baby, and you know, it happens. And alcohol, you know, a lot of people when they try to quit alcohol or just get off it, when they get clean, they tend to turn towards Jesus. And I don't, let me just say before I say this, I'm all for like religious tolerance and stuff, but that's stupid. The guy turned water into wine. He's like the last person you'd want to go to when you're trying to get clean. Like, imagine being his roommate. You're just sitting there, he comes up, hey Matt, what you doing? Not much, Jesus, just sitting here with some water, watching some TV. You know how I can make that water 1,000,000 times better? Wine. Jesus Christ. What? I'm trying to quit. My girlfriend's, she's saying she might leave me, and I just, oh come on, look, if it's because you don't like red wine, white wine, I can do this all day. Well, maybe one glass. I'm going to hell for that one. Yeah. Did you know I was a preemie? I am. I remember the first time I heard about it, I was 11. My dad came up to me and he just told me, and he was walking he was a bit drunk. He said, did you know you were a preemie? I was shocked. I asked him, how early was I? 5 years, fucking shitty ass condom. That's terrible. I used to think that pooping your pants in public was like the worst thing that could happen to you, but I've recently decided that sitting next to someone who's pooping their pants is like 1,000 times worse, because that girl on that airplane, she just had this face of sheer terror when I was sitting next to her. It was just awful. And don't blame me for that one. Those airplane toilets are scary. I remember riding on them when I was a kid. You'd flush those things, you'd think they were trying to rip off your balls or some shit. You know, too. Yeah. My main goal in life is to be the first person to tell Lance Armstrong that it took a lot of balls to go through what he did. I know that's terrible, but someone's got to say it. It just has to be done so we can get it over with. A lot of people, when they get into show business of any sort, they tend to have a lot higher expectations than they should. They'll be like, yeah, I want to be Will Smith, or yeah, I want to be amazing, I'm going to be like Will Ferrell or Tom Hanks. At least I'm realistic with this shit. Yeah, I'm going to live in a motel till I'm 40. Woo! Maybe grow a porn star mustache, move back in with my parents. I want to be bald by the time I'm 40, by the way. I just know it. Like, it's genetics, you know. My mom's bald, so with my dad, my grandparents. It's just gonna happen, you know. It's inevitable. I think that porn sites should donate to charity. That way I feel like I'm doing something with my time. But I feel like eventually it would just get out of hand. Like, people would be like, this is brilliant. They would just milk it to death. They'd destroy it. They wouldn't have walkathons, they'd have cockathons. Eventually they'd make a device you could hook up into your frickin' telephone, and then you could just dick smack a telethon person on the other side. Just be run by douchebags. And you know you're thinking that's stupid, but in the back of your mind you're just thinking, I do fucking hate Justin Bieber. Although he'd probably like getting smacked with a dick. We'd probably have to reserve his line for farts and queefs only. But eventually, you know, we'll get to that point someday. I believe in science. People say that we're on top of the food chain, and being honest, I don't think we're on top of the food chain. I think the only reason we're not eaten by lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, is because of the fact that we've had so much plastic surgery as a species that animals have forgotten we're food. I mean, if you had to, every time you went to McDonald's, every time you went there, you had to wonder if your stuff was made of plastic when you were eating it. Would you honestly eat it? Obviously, because I mean, half that shit is plastic. Alright, well that's about my time. Thank you very much. I'm Matt Clark.